Hello and welcome. In this video we're doing performance testing on a few Modlists for Skyrim. Timestamps are going to be in the description if you want to jump around, but I encourage you to kind of watch from beginning to end because segments build on the context from the other segments. On the agenda, we'll do some FPS testings in various areas of Skyrim and talk about GPU and CPU bottlenecks, draw calls, and why sometimes even the most powerful of GPU can still struggle in modded Skyrim, especially heavily modded. Of course, I encourage you all to do your own research in all of this. It's a very interesting rabbit hole. Double check your sources and verify and make your own conclusion based on everything that you've seen. And I'd love to hear your thoughts as well as your opinions and experiences, and please share that to the rest of the community so that we can all learn from each other. This is not a perfect test, and definitely not all variables have been accounted for. So if you have concerns or opinions or anything, please feel free to leave in the comment section. Let's talk about system for a moment. Right now I'm running at 2560 by 1440p with an RTX 4070 Super and a AMD Ryzen 7700X, slightly undervolted just a little, so I'm losing about maybe just 2 or 3% performance, which is not that much. In this system, just like any system, will have some sort of bottleneck, and in this case the CPU is actually the bottleneck. There are a few ways to tell bottlenecks, but it's not always 100% foolproof and accurate. There are many times when my GPU will actually be underutilized. It'll be running around maybe 56% to 87%, depending on the area. What we do want to aim for is higher GPU utilization, just to make effective use of the GPU. And if we're seeing the GPU going, under 70-something%, not a 99%, that means the CPU is having a hard time catching up, because the GPU is more powerful than it. It's kind of like, let's say you and I were actually doing some sort of project, right? But because you're faster than me in terms of processing power, you can do things faster and you're more intelligent and faster. And let's say you are the GPU in this case. Me being the slower CPU, I can't keep up with you. Like, no matter what the task is, like, I'm slowing behind, I'm lagging behind. So I can only give you a certain amount of tasks that's required, and you're blazing through it, but here I am just slowing down, and I would be the bottleneck. So let's start with draw calls. Draw calls are commands sent from the CPU to the GPU to render something, and it's very expensive in terms of system resources because of the architecture of the GPU and the CPU. Let me go ahead and go into the ENB screen in a little bit. First, I want you to notice the FPS right now. Let me start the benchmark. Okay, so frame rate average around 73 FPS right now. And now on the ENB screen, you can see let's go into the ENB series.ini file right here, profiler. And we can see right now the draw call count is about 5,000. It's not a very high draw count. But let's go ahead and start moving to a different area. And once we go to a different area where there is a higher draw count, you'll see the FPS go down a little bit more. So right now we're looking at 13K draw call, and in this area there's a lot of many objects for the game to have to process, and the CPU in this case is having a hard time keeping up with the GPU. No, I don't want to fight you, lady. She's fighting a mud crab. Oh, what was that? Did you see that? What? Oh my god, lady, what are you doing? That is... wow. Okay, I don't want to mess with her. Jeez. That was like a 3x. I don't know what kind of flip that was. Bro, she's following me. What the oh my god. Lady, I just want to do some testing. I'm not... oh my god, there's 2 skeletons here too. I mean, wait, what? Yeah, there's 2. Okay. Yeah, meanwhile, you might as well see what the performance is like during combat. Stab him in his hip. There we go. Right now I'm just swinging. I'm not much of a combat guy because I am trying... it stabbed him in the hip bone. I don't know what's going on here. This dude is stuck somehow. Oh, he just blocked. That was cool. Yeah, so even during combat, the FPS here... I mean, it's not good, but it's still... yeah, CPU is definitely the bottleneck here. If If I were to upgrade to a Ryzen 7800X 3D with the cache, the extra cache, then it would significantly, most likely significantly increase the FPS and prevent kind of those stutters that you saw during combat. At first, when I saw the GPU usage for my setup to be under 76 something percent, I thought there was something wrong with my GPU. But then I went ahead and tested Starfield in the same instance, in the same hour basically. And I noticed that the GPU was running at 99%, which is what we want to see. In the gaming world and the PC building world especially, one thing that many people talk about is that you want to buy the highest, best GPU you can possibly can, and slightly skimp on the CPU, because in gaming, GPU matters more. And while that is true in many cases, in Skyrim it's slightly different. When I say Skyrim, I mean heavily modded Skyrim with huge thousands of mods. In this case, you're gonna need a very powerful CPU as well as a GPU, because the limitation here is the Skyrim engine. It's the DirectX, oh my god, it's DirectX 11, which in Skyrim, once you start getting to around like 12,000 draw calls, then the CPU starts getting like overworked. Okay, I'm just sitting here and this lady just came out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. I don't have time for combat. What in the world is this? What is...
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. I'll pay you good. Don't lose it.
Yeah, I mean, I really... Bro, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. But you know what? I'll make time for this. I'll make time for this. Stop running away. Just stop running away. Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, it's like during some of these heavy combat area, in addition to everything that the game has to render, and my CPU being a bottleneck, yeah, we're getting some low FPS here. So this area here is what I call a perfect area. It's beautiful. Everything about this area is basically perfect. No, the scenery, the system, the usage of the GPU is 98% good. CPU is, good. The max for that instance was basically 77%. Getting 65, 70 something FPS. Let me start the little average FPS. Yeah, about average is 65. Lorerim 2.0 is exceptionally beautiful, and the FPS will really depend on the area in which you are in. Let me check the draw count for this one. It should be pretty low. Yeah, the draw count 5.6k. So yeah, this is what you call a perfect area in every aspect. If modded Skyrim could be like this every time, all the time, in every area, it would be the most amazing game I've ever ever. There's no... wow. Modded Skyrim here is using DirectX 11. So once you get to about 11k, 12k draw calls, you can start to see the FPS just like dropping, just tanking. It doesn't matter how strong your GPU is at this point, right? It doesn't matter, because the GPU is so powerful. It's just waiting around, sitting, twirling its little thumbs while it's waiting for the CPU to catch up. So let me go ahead and reload to a different slightly, because I think this game is also stuck somehow. And the FPS is still... yeah, there's something wonky going on here. Okay, now it's back. I didn't even do anything except go to the ENB screen, exit, and then here I am again. DirectX 12 and Vulkan is able to handle up to significantly more draw call counts. Let's visit a few major cities just to see how the FPS is. Okay, so we are in Whiterun. Just as expected, it is a very heavy area with many objects. I have to go and check out what that guy up there is doing. What is he doing? What? Oh my god, it must be a mod. It must be a mod, it has to be. Nazim, bro, you've changed so much. Even your face. In Whiterun, draw call counts are about almost 10,000. There are a lot of objects and everything for the game to have to render. And VRAM, yeah, 11.2 out of 12 gigs. Usage is pretty much 54 something percent. So GPU is just chilling, doing nothing really. Just waiting around for the CPU to catch up. Okay, I'm just looking at the draw count. Draw count for Dragon's Reach is 19k. 19,000? Are my eyes deceiving me? But I mean, look at that. Look at the beauty of this area. In Dragon's Reach, if we start turning around to this area, which doesn't seem to be a lot of objects for the game to have to render, basically nearly 100 FPS. Turn around here because of many objects, then yes, the FPS will go down. Look at all this meat. I'm somehow very hungry. That's in sweet rolls right here. Yeah, this is wow. One-way ticket to Diabetes Central. Okay, so we are in Riften. Sometimes can be a heavy area. Yeah. Right now, draw call counts are at 15k. Let's see. Bunch of pigeons here.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
No. I'm just passing through to do some performance testing.
I got news for you.
Little kitty cat. Oh my god, this he's been eating a lot. Look at those hips, look at that tummy. Oh my god, that is a giant freaking crow raven. Oh my god, that's bigger than the cat. So in Riften, we're not too bad here. Riften's actually better than Whiterun. I wonder if there's some mod in that makes Whiterun so heavy in terms of processing power. Because in Riften right now, we're getting like, you know, let's see what the frame rate average about 69. I mean, it does tank a here and there depending on what area you look at, but it's not too bad comparatively to Whiterun. GPU usage, yep, not low, so definitely looks like CPU is the bottleneck here still. Whoa, she is green. That is some green skin you got there. Oh my god, look at those toenail or claws. Velociraptor, man. Okay, so we are in Fukreath. Certain areas of Fukreath can be quite intensive with processing power. Everywhere I go, I see a bunch of cute cats. This guy can barely walk too. See, I didn't realize how important a CPU was until I started modding Skyrim, and it's just absolutely brutal on your CPU. Like just even, and of course this is right now we're using heavy ultra settings, so of course we're gonna see that, plus ENB and everything. Yeah, the FPS is gonna tank, but it's just right now the GPU is very low usage comparatively. It's nowhere near 99 something percent. So let me go ahead and switch to some sort of performance mode in Lorerim 2.0. So in here, performance mode is on for Lorerim 2.0. So of course the ENB is disabled by default, hence we can see the FPS higher. But graphically without ENB, things look a little bit more, I don't know what the word is to describe it. Not empty, but I'm trying to find the right word for it. It just looks, it's not bland because it still looks nice. But it just looks like it's missing ENB. I think once you play ENB, it changes the game so much that coming back without ENB is a different experience. But there is a slight increase in FPS. Maybe 15 to 25 FPS extra with when ENB is turned off. Yeah, the GPU usage is extremely low right now, 32 something percent. Yeah, definitely, yep. So performance mode, definitely it's good if you don't have an extremely powerful system. You can still run it. It still looks quite nice. Very nice, actually. Alrighty, so we are back in Falkreath. This time performance mode is turned on. And, you know, of course, yeah, more FPS here in Falkreath. But quite a drastic change in scenery and lighting and everything else. FPS is more than 60. Let me start the little benchmark. Average is about 66 FPS. GPU usage, yeah, low 40%. That's expected. Without ENB, the area does it feel empty or bland? And this cat is whiter than before? Is this the same cat or is it just a different color? Alright, so we are going to check out Riften. Okay, so Riften, performance mode for Lorerim 2.0, turn on. And ENB is also off. Okay, so yeah, overall, but just as expected, ENB does, if you take away ENB, of course, it's gonna increase your FPS quite by a large amount. But, graphics wise, depending on who you ask, it might look different than what you're accustomed to if you have ENB turned on all the time. I just loaded up a different mod list called Apostasy. If you have a less powerful system, then Apostasy will give you more FPS, more stable FPS, I should say. The one thing about Apostasy, I am so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's stable. In terms of FPS, you get stable. Like, there aren't too many crazy dips up and down. Lorerim is extremely beautiful. You're gonna need an extremely beefy PC. Okay, I loaded up a new mod list called Eldergleam. My god. And just want to take a quick look at the performance wise. Yeah, but let me make sure I turn on the counter first, the overlay, 1 second. Okay, that took a while. Alright, so yes, this is beautiful Eldergleam. My goodness. Still same thing, 2560 by 1440p. So let's go ahead and take a closer look in the cities that we looked at before. We're in the city of Whiterun, and I'm actually very impressed with this mod list. Look at the FPS, man. 85, let me start, here we go, the bench. It's at 85 on average, and Whiterun is absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. GPU 100% usage, good, okay. We want the GPU to be, working hard. How is this model list being so beautiful can have such a high FPS? And this is still using the ENB, by the way, cabbage ENB.
What would you have me do then?
Oh my god, wow. I'm spinning around, I'm still getting high FPS. Alright, let's check out the draw calls. 1 second. Okay, what is going on here? If anybody knows, please tell me, because right now I'm getting draw call counts of like 14k, right? Am I blind? 14,257. That's 14k, and yet the FPS is so high. There's something going on. Now, this is some kind of wizard magic here. Please, anybody know, please let me know. Okay, so right now we are in Fukreath. Fog looks quite nice. Yeah, it's kind of, on YouTube it won't show up really well, but yeah, we're getting a stable FPS here. Let me start the little benchmark. 64 on average, 71 now. Yes, we are getting very high in the FPS here. I haven't felt a single kind of stutter. GPU is being really hit. Yeah, it's good. Wow, this model is, I'm very impressed. Okay, let's check out in Riften. Front door of Riften, yes, we still are getting 76 FPS average. Riften is can be a quite heavy area in parts. Oh, the FPS is going really high, and everything still looks so beautiful. GPU usage, very good, 100%. So, oh, the VRAM, 9.5 out of 12. Not using that much, comparatively speaking. Alright, so yes, we are reaching the end of this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you have any concerns or anything that's off about the test, any questions, concerns, please post it in the comment. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.